Testing 1 2. Testing mic check at Lakeside Stadium 1 2 1 2. Happy with that? Round 20 in NPL Victoria kicks off in style here at Lakeside Stadium. A matchup that saw a lot of close games last season between these two and a lot of action after the regular season had come and gone between these two as well. They're very familiar foes. It is South Melbourne hosting Hume City to kick off round 20 here at Lakeside Stadium. My name is Adam Sarikoglu. Pleased to be joining you on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. The mid-season transfer window is finally open and both of these sides are starting brand new signings in this game. So for South Melbourne up front, we now have Nagamatu making his debut. He scored 11 goals for the Eastern Lions in VPL 1 this year. He is in the number 10 shirt for South Melbourne. He's one of 4 changes from Sneisha Kahazic coming off the 1-0 loss here to Dandenong Thunder last weekend. And for Hume City, they've been able to shore up their defence. And Zahi Addis in the number 3 shirt is the fresh signing, getting a start immediately in what is now Nick Hegarty's second game back in charge of Hume City. They also went down 1-0 last week at home to Heidelberg. And Addis is the only change from the starting 11 for Hume City. Mark Otching, the one making way. Already an early injury concern here for Jordan Lampard. Ross Clark's our referee this evening, and Jordan Lampard instantly requiring some attention here. Right by our broadcast side of the pitch here at Lakeside Stadium. That gives us enough time to have a look at the changes that Sneisha Kahazic has made. 4 in total. Jake Marshall, the skipper, back into the starting 11. Cooper Halfpenny, Nagamatu, as mentioned, Max Mikula, and Nawal Bernarda. It's actually been 5 changes, in fact, for South Melbourne. And some key names in amongst those, with Lucas Inglese, Andy Brennan, Rob Harding, Ethan O'Sullivan, and Sam Franco all making way. We are going to see the customary Max Mikula long throw here. Back into the side this week for South Melbourne in some form. It was his winner at this end here at Lakeside Stadium that ended Hume City's season last year. And some danger on the goal line. It will be a goal kick for Michael Weir in goal. These two did meet in the penultimate week of the NPL Victoria season last year. 0-0 at the end of the 90 here at Lakeside Stadium. Max Mikula scoring in the 96th minute in the added time. It saw South advance to yet another NPL Victoria Grand Final. These two did, of course, meet in 2 cup fixtures last year as well. Fixtures against South Melbourne have not been happy ones for Hume City of late. You've got to go all the way back to 2019 for the last time they won a league fixture against South. It was Ollie Keller making the run on that left side. Ross Clark blows the whistle. First attack of the game for Hume City. And Burkhard Kerter, who is the set-piece specialist here, that will take this free kick for Hume City. 2 signings during the week to bolster up the defence, where Harry Ascroft and Aizen Ishak in particular have done a lot of heavy lifting this year for Hume. So Zahi Addis is in the starting 11. On the bench like Mason Tatafu, who's back from his stint in the United States, has signed with Hume as well. And he's available as a sub tonight for Nick Hegarty. All eyes right now on Kerter. There's direct Lopez at the near post. Ball bobbled up in the air. had to cross the line.
Great cover.
Fifth v 9th on the NPL Victoria table. The teams going down last week, but prior to around 19 fixtures respectively had been able to string multiple games together undefeated. So if they've been able to get over that slump, we've had them in the relegation conversation earlier in the year. Lampard sends an awkward one high. It took a deflection on the way up there. Hume City a little more steady as she goes. Of course, they let go of Rick Marchioli only a couple of weeks ago. Of course, they've been fifth on the table, still not truly unlucky this year. It is often the fixtures against quote-unquote big sides in NPL Victoria where Hume do struggle on a fairly consistent basis. It's been a long time since they've defeated South, of course. Australia Cup fixture aside, a string of 1-0 wins for South in the recent meetings between these two. Earlier this year at Nassiol Stadium, it was a 1-1 draw. Lindsay Brennan scored, and he's not on the team sheet tonight. Noise Lloyd, he scored the equalizer in that fixture. So both scores last time around between these two won't be featuring tonight. Yep. We are very much looking forward to watching Ren Nagamatu in particular. Striker that's done some great things in VPL 1 this year. Straight into this lineup. Ball's coming his way now. Marked by Ishak. He's having a good year defensively. And finally Hazard help at the back. The signings of Addis and Tatafu. Of course, Hume City have been without Lockie. We are at the back. Now it does find himself back in NPL Victoria, starting with his Dynamo this week. So Nick Hegarty prioritising the back of the formation for Hume City and just looking to bolster things up for the rest of the season. Nagamatu hoping to answer the call for South up front. Ford looking to advance up, bring it to Lampard. Leach. Markovic. For handball, South will retain possession anyway. Markovic. Gets a few touches with Bernardo. Leach. O'Kane and Kurta. Either side of him and Kurta finds himself surrounded by blue shirts. Lovely night, by the way. It's been a very cold winter so far here in Victoria, but it's actually a rather pleasant evening and a breath of wind. Just a fair bit warmer than what we've had to deal with off late. It's been a lot of cold Friday nights at Nassiol Stadium for Hume City, that's for sure. So we've been playing a combination of day and night games. And the Friday night fixture here. Curter. The long ranger from Power. He still has not found the back of the net since arriving at Hume at the start of this season. Robert Harker finally starting to get a regular kick starting up front. He scored 5 goals for Hume City this year. They've got 2 strikers up front, both ends of the pitch this evening. Probably 2 of the taller strikers in NPL Victoria. Getting a look at Nagamatu. Some height about him. Naga pretty well built as well from Hume City. Leach. He's working hard to retain his possession. Okay, never gave up on it. But got fouled. The old-fashioned blue v red here tonight. Yellow v green in goal. We passes on to Ashcroft, and we saw something he liked over on the outside. It was Joel Ford. No, it wasn't Joel Ford. It was actually Adi's the new signing. Lampard. Jankovic going down the line. Leach brought it down nicely, but Leon does well to get back in front of him. Leah, a targeted ball for Godfrey to bowl. South Melbourne are giving away a few fouls early on here. 11.5 minutes in. Hume City last week did mention that both teams have lost 1-0 in their previous fixture. Hume conceded their goal at home to Heidelberg in the first minute off the game. Paul George again striking for Heidelberg. South, on the other hand, conceded their lead, or conceded their goal with a minute to play in regulation, 99th minute. Here last week against the resurgent Dandenong Thunder. Peter Andrews here. Not too many options in the air. Just it down the line. Marshall. Now a longer ball by foot. Peter Andrews and South are out here. Nagamatu got a touch. Max Mikola having a rough time getting past Addis. Sahi Addis has come down from NPL Queensland and Gold Coast United. Listen to Tafu, who we have seen at Perth Glory in the past, most recently with Louisville University in the US. No foul that time. There's Addis going down. He's got plenty of energy already for Hume City. Jankovic and Lampard here, knocking it around at the back. Marshall back into the 11 today. That's Jake Marshall. 5 changes to the 11 for South Melbourne. We've got a really heavy schedule coming up, having now made the national stages of the Australia Cup. We've drawn South Hobart away in July. We've still got a Deputy Cup playoff against Avondale as well coming up. It'll be in a couple of weekends from now. NPL Victoria breaking their schedule. Harker at the target here, it won't get to him. Marshall getting a boot on it. Reardon. Knocked forward, Ascot should be able to clean up here. Bernardo is looking in behind him. Did well to pick out Keller, equally up to the task. Keller was whipped away from the ball. All the fouls here being given away by South Melbourne. West Clark has not felt the need to book anyone just yet. I could probably guess that Hume City Tungate has been quite vocal about that, and they are when it comes to officiating. The former country Mark Elliott had to sit out a game or two this year because of the continued poor behaviour, if you want to call it that, from the Hume City bench. And so Andrews will claim his throw for South Melbourne. Hume City have an upcoming dates of their own with Avondale. Their next fixture at home next Friday night. Melbourne will be travelling to Dandenong City in 7 nights' time. Lopez in goal, as always, for South Melbourne. Jankovic. Marshall. Halfpenny comes up to get involved for South Melbourne. Bernardo was on down the line. It's just got the pressure from the ballet, and Harker will regain it for Hume City. It stays in play for Lampard. Deep play. Moves of Harker to find Halfpenny. Leach now to the space out wide. Halfpenny. Lampard making his run on the left touchline. Bernardo just over the head of Nagamatu. Into Andrews was there waiting at the back. A good bounce there for Bernardo. Quick throw taken by Lampard, now Leach. South Melbourne looking to press here. Pope. Lampard. Nice Pope in the right spot here for Hume City. And Hume out of danger. Tabele has a bit of space ahead of him, but decides to put boots of ball quickly, trying to set something up for Keller. Lopez had no worries in the end. It's Pope in that right wing position. Jankovic. Lampard has had plenty to do so far on this left side for South Melbourne. Marshall, it's available up ahead. Into Andrews. And retain possession. Nagamatu. Neat little touches here with Bernardo. These two can get going. Build that chemistry early. Some fans would love to see that. Nicola slowly making his way over to bring his ball back into play for South Melbourne. Nagamatu to run the watch. 11 goals in VPL 1. There's Clark repositioning Max Nicola here. Starts his run up from lane 2. Derek Boot from Leach. Callart wants to go quickly for Tabele. Pope advancing. Nagamatu. Put a lot of boots into that ball. Cross over toward the right post. Heard him misfiring in the direction of Tabele. Marshall receives from Penny. Nicola the target here. They both got to him. That is plenty of big speed though. Did well. He's already covering some really decent yardage along that sideline. New signing for Hume City. Tahi Addis in the number 3 shirt. Watching them making way for Addis tonight. No change for Nick Hegarty. Another long throw here for South Melbourne. Reardon is conceding the first corner of the night. Max Nicola with the corner here for South Melbourne. Very shallow ball. He gets a glove on it. Painter Andrews can keep it alive for South Melbourne. Gets it back from Nicola. Painter Andrews, they go again. Jankovic tried. Up the line, goes up in the air. Last touch off Hume. Another corner for South Melbourne. Good little patch here for South Melbourne. Jankovic and Nagamatu, the two tall targets he could have gone for. Halfpenny was the closest South player for the ball. Third consecutive corner. Looks Nicola getting some yards in his own now, going from one end of the one side of the pitch to the other. We're back where we started. Over on the right side for Max Nicola. Third consecutive corner coming up to South Melbourne. Into Andrews, Marshall, Jankovic, Halfpenny. Nagamatu, we are the one rising. And Kane will apply some pressure on both Leach and Nicola. Leach is off balance, overrun by Pope. Marshall trying to play centrally. Tabele will take away for Hume City. Godfrey Tabele over halfway. Now needs to hold up and see what's available. Into Marshall. Curta regains it for Hume City. Okay. Some space for Reardon here. Just really getting in the way. Addis now. Now retreat back. Reardon. Callart. Addis will go all the way back to Michael Weir. Just a couple games a couple of weeks ago through injury. It's now his third game back, Michael Weir. Mentioned brother Lockie back in the top flight now. Adding to the former Hume flavour at St Albans Dynamo. Yankovic gets it back from Lampard. South Melbourne just looking a bit more steady compared to Hume City right now. Have a look at 3 consecutive corners a couple of minutes ago. Unable to generate any shots to test Michael Weir. They are in control of this right now. Pope was not in control of that ball. Gets away from him. Harker. Keller. Not sure what he was playing back to. It results in a turnover. Mikola for Leach. Trying to get it back to Mikola. This is Joe Ford for Hume City. Had to hold up as Leach closed in. Ashcroft. Harker. Left it for Curta. Addis. Reardon. Ishak. Now Ashcroft again. Has some space to get it at least up to halfway before disposing again. To Ballet. Gives it back to his skipper, Harry Ashcroft. Keller makes his runs out the left side, but Reardon doesn't place it in the right spot for him. Starts again with Peyton Andrews for South Melbourne. Nagamatu. Won't get through to Leach. Okay, in tight quarters. Keller with a nifty little touch for Curta. Ford to Ballet. New Ford was behind him. Ford will go in the direction. How's that missed? Harker. A great look at goal. Head in hand. It should be a 1-0 lead for Hume City. He's so dangerous up front. Is Rob Harker. That one goes begging. They're still goalless at Lakeside Stadium. Best chance of the game so far. A little against the flow as well. Ninkovic went the long ball. South Melbourne will retain it. Marshall. Lampard. Very forward, kills that ball off. Ninkovic gets it from Harker. South having a little bit of trouble getting out here. Nicola. Pope. Doesn't get through to Leach, okay. Nagamatu has it arrived at his feet. And South sustains. Halfpenny. Peyton Andrews is offside. Wasn't a bad build-up though for South Melbourne. About to tick by the first half hour here at Rob Harker moments ago. Missing a header. He will feel probably should have gone in. Curta had no one ahead even if that ball was kept under control. It bounced away from him. Nicola gets a little shove for his trouble from Joe Ford. He claims the throw for Hume City. The 1-2 with O'Kane. Ford advancing up. Curta deciding not to make the run for Ford. It was picked off in the end. Nagamatu, little touchback for Pope. Drew some applause from the South fans here. O'Kane eventually held up by Pope. Zabele. Harry Ascroft scored a couple of goals this year. Both from corners, both against Green Goat. Certainly a threat if you get any corners of their own. South have had 3 so far in this game. That is Callart got a boot to it. It's Harvey Lopez at the near side. It will be a Hume City corner. Harvey Lopez proving why he is one of the best, if not the best, in NPL Victoria. First corner of the night for Hume City. And indeed, we see both Harry Ascroft and Aizen Ishak come in to provide the aerial threat. Harker can do that as well for Hume City. Reardon's in there. Callard on the goal line. Curta corner, first of the night for Hume City. Painter Andrews deals with it. Chased down by Zabele. Ford it. Not sure if he was trying to pick out Curta or Harker. It took a south touch, according to Ross Clark. Max Mikula not happy with the call. Reardon. Good couple of minutes here for Hume City. Just goes over Harker's head. How's it going to fall here? Harker tries to play on towards a ballet. Gets a block on the clearance. Comes to O'Kane. Quick pass off Callart. O'Kane, can he shoot? Not quite. Had to cut back. Now he's looking for crossing options. Another corner. Hume City looking to press. They've had it on their terms since the Harker miss. This is the second corner they've been able to generate in these last few exchanges. Another corner for Burkhart Curta. Along the line, again, Painter Andrews, the one that gets first touch on it for South Melbourne. Zabele, still Zabele. Just outside the box is where he got taken down fairly by Charlie Leach. Zabele still down. It's Curta again with Zabele down in the box, and Curta puts it out of bounds so that Godfrey Zabele can be attended to. Fair challenge in the eyes of Ross Clark. We've not seen any bookings yet from Ross Clark this evening. Zabele looks like he'll be okay. Sinisha Kahajic just shouting out some instructions. Mikula being told to move up into the 10. Ball was played out by Curta. And South will voluntarily give it back to Hume City. It's been lively in the last 10 minutes or so. Long ball for Curta. That will get away from him. Only real chance of the half was from Rob Harker. Was that a foul throw? So here's a chance for Hume City. And Ross Clark is stopping play again. Has moved over toward Noel Bernarda. Just had a chat with Bernarda. So what can Hume make of that little break? Addis under all sorts of pressure. More calls for cards. None shown so far by Ross Clark. It was Mikola coming off a little worse for wear in that battle with Addis. Inside the final 10 minutes of this first half. The key moment, Rob Harker missing from nearly point-blank range in the air. Couldn't get it on target in the end. Lopez made a good save not long after that in a really congested box. Michael Weir has not had to make any saves of note so far for Hume City. Into the middle of Lakeside Stadium. Harker's done very well there with a man on, but Kurta ultimately leaves it behind. Jankovic, Nagamatu got past him. Addis, so the two new signings were both involved there. Addis tried to go down the line, but had to take on too many South players in the end. Now Leach looking to run away centrally. Bernarda. Mikola for Lampard. Will it get to him? It will. Just played it up in the air. Nagamatu, it's going to bounce dangerously here. Mikola. Painter Andrews crossing in. Weir. Solid glove on it from Michael Weir. It's going to fall back to Marshall. Leach. Out wide for Painter Andrews. And that's going to be a miss by Leach. And he slaps the turf as well. That one was never going to trouble the scorers. This is Pope. Don't know if he knew that Reardon was closing in there. Reardon really just ran into Pope and easily snuffed that attack out. Jankovic going wide. Nagamatu. Mikola, can he shoot? He can. Weir has to save. Off the line and in it goes. Nagamatu. It's a goal for South Melbourne. Instant impact. And a 1-0 lead for South. Ren Nagamatu. Off the deflection. Weir had made a good save. Not much he could do about the follow-up, though. And the outstanding form in the Victorian NPL system for Ren Nagamatu continues. He scores on debut for South Melbourne. It's now 12 league goals in the season. Moving into the top flight. Forward, what can Hume respond with? Zabele. A lot more energy right now for the men in red. Addis here. Keller. Blocked by Marshall. Pope. Painter Andrews. Desperately trying to keep that ball in play. Nagamatu doing it all right now. Tried to go for Bernarda. Ascroft placed himself well. Then gets it back from Weir. Ren Nagamatu, already a scorer for South Melbourne. They hadn't had good output from the number 10 shirt this year, South. Can their new Japanese striker change all of that? What an impression he has made. O'Kane. Curter. Ford. Thought about going to DeBelle. Still has that option. And then takes that option. Godfrey DeBelle. Curter. Little cut back. Harker. It came at him pretty strong. His frustrating night continues. We're switching things up over to the left. Mikola. Halfpenny. Marshall. Painter Andrews getting to work on Keller. Well, does win the throw. Nagamatu again. Stood tall, did Anthony Shack. No foul. Leach and Pope nearly have fight among themselves with that ball. It is turns over. Yankovic will get in front of DeBelle. The Lampard will hold things up for South Melbourne. Inside, just outside 3 minutes left in regulation. Nagamatu has scored for South Melbourne. A 1-0 lead. That's after Hume burns a couple of chances of their own. DeBelle. Reardon checking his surroundings as the ball arrived. Had nothing to worry about. Gets it back from Addis. Ishak. It's been a turnover-heavy game, this one so far. Mikola for Bernarda. Could go first time and doesn't get the angle right, though. Nagamatu will keep this ball alive. Pope's in the area. Nagamatu presenting up. Could go himself, does go himself. Weir was there at the post. O'Kane will finally clear out for Hume City. Joe Ford here. O'Kane. DeBelle receives from Ford. Callard. DeBelle. Callard. Harker's the option in the box if they can get it to him. Tries to thread it through to Curter. O'Kane can be dangerous in these situations. Pope knew that and was up to the task. Goes for Nagamatu. Gets ripped off the ball. Whistle to the mouth for Ross Clark. He kept it going. And now finally the whistle goes. Nagamatu down. Final minute before we hit the 45 here at Lakeside Stadium. That very familiar scoreline when South meets Hume City. South Melbourne 1, Hume City 0. And Ren Nagamatu, who is the scorer here, is currently requiring some attention. Scored off a Michael Weir deflection. Weir needing to go to ground to make the save. Ball popping up in the air. And knocked in by Ren Nagamatu. You'll have to come over to the sideline here. This may well add some time to the end of this first half. Now we're 2 minutes added on. Painter Andrews taking the free kick. Jankovic guiding it into the area. Harker getting to work defensively. It took a South touch. He'll have to quickly get back into position forward. The combination with Curta. Leach, just a deft little touch to try and win it back, but it didn't work. The long ranger now for Ollie Keller. Lost his footing the exact wrong moment. Painter Andrews. Nagamatu back into the action. Sanisha Kahadzic will be pretty happy with this first half. We've stood that pressure from Hume City in the middle portions. They were lucky not to go down. Rob Harker's miss could prove to be a crucial moment in this game. There were 2 minutes added on here. Long throw incoming. It comes back to Mikola. That's not going to reach anyone in a blue shirt. Addis played well. Zabele got tangled up with Cooper Halfpenny. Ross Clark was having none of it. Are we going to see any more significant action in this first half? No whistle to the mouth right now. No looks at the watch from Ross Clark. Now he does look at that watch. It's a Hume City throw. How's it going to fall for Leach and Reardon? Reardon guiding it to Curta. Maybe one last chance here for Hume City. Chasing the equalizer. That'll be it. What a statement by the new striker up front for South Melbourne. Ren Nagamatu scoring inside the final 10 minutes of that first half. And that is the difference between South Melbourne and Hume City in this round 20 opener in NPL Victoria. It's halftime at Lakeside Stadium. We'll take our break. You will be back with us here on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel for the second half. But for now, at halftime, it's South Melbourne 1, Hume City 0. We're back at Lakeside Stadium, a 1-0 lead for South Melbourne over Hume City here on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. My name's Adam Sarikoglu, and we had a lot of fun in that first half. The brand new signing for South Melbourne instantly getting on the score sheet. Nagamatu scored the one and only goal in the first half here. A couple of key misses from Rob Harker, I should say. Try that the third time around. Rob Harker, in particular for Hume City, who had some pretty good spells in the first half, but yet again they are chasing a deficit against South Melbourne. And that awfully familiar 1-0 scoreline between these two is what we currently have. Painter Andrews to take this throw for South Melbourne. Zahiadis has come in for Hume City. Speaking of mid-season signings with instant impact, he's had a great start to his Hume City tenure at that left wing position. Might see him get involved again here. Halfpenny in battle with Callart. And here is the new signing from Gold Coast United. At the halfway line here. Going for Kurta. Nagamatu. Painter Andrews. Closed in. Did read and did well. It's Ross Clark in charge here tonight at Lakeside. South Melbourne gunning for their fourth win from their last 6 games in NPL Victoria. Yeah, good run of form coming to an end. Very late against Dandenong Thunder here. Only a couple days ago, 5-day break for them. Ishak had to get in front of Nagamatu. Hume City's 1-0 loss, conceding in the first minute of the game. South's 1-0 loss, conceding in the last minute of regulation. Back in round 19. Max Mikula to do Max Mikula things here. Again from lane 2. It was Ishak that dealt with it. Mikula goes again. Denied by Reardon. Another throw coming up for him. Starts that run up right from the middle of lane 2 here. The flag had gone up there from the referee's assistant. Gets an earful from Max Mikula. I think we saw a foul throw late in the first half from South Melbourne. I don't think it was Mikula that committed it. We have seen the whistle go a few times tonight. And from our vantage point, been wondering why it was blown. And indeed, it has come all the way back to Zahiadis. Completely manhandled was Nagamatu. There were no bookings in the first half. Ethan Ishak has not been shown a yellow card. It will be a free kick for South Melbourne nonetheless. So it's Mikula from close in. He might think about going himself here. 2-man wall for Hume City. The hero last year in the finals. Weir never had it under control. It gets cleared away. The first goal tonight came off of the gloves of Weir, making a save off of Max Mikula. Tapped in by Nagamatu. Nicola will play short for Leach. Opens up the angle. And an eternity of space here for Lampard. He's overcooked it for Leach, though. Some positivity, though, from South Melbourne. Which for some of the fans here might be quite refreshing. Mikola does like to have a poke from range every now and then. Again, we saw some late heroics from him a couple weeks ago against Preston, who are just looking around the grounds, having a really rough night at Oakley tonight. That one had an empty Jack Edwards reserve. Harker wins it back against Pope. Debele just holding up. It's forward at around one. Harker was okay, just caught off guard there for a moment. Misses Debele. Goes in to help out now, but Pope's going to take it away for South Melbourne. Went quickly for Noel Bernarda. It's Bernarda with Nagamatu available centrally. Bernarda tried to thread it to Nagamatu, and he's missed at the back post. It stays 1-0. But an awfully impressive start to this second half for South Melbourne. And now Harvey Lopez will get things restarted for South Melbourne. Their schedule gets very, very busy now. Still in a cup run. They've drawn Avondale in the next stage of the Doherty Cup. South Hobart, they've got a trip down below to Bass Strait coming up. In the Australia Cup as well. And there were meetings between these two late last year in both of those competitions, as well as that semi-final in NPL Victoria as Bernarda wins the corner here. Ashcroft had no choice but to concede. Max Mikola with the corner kick here for South Melbourne. They have been pressing in the first 8 minutes of this second half. Their fixture does just open up a little bit in NPL Victoria. Dandenong City and Altona Magic, the next two NPL opponents for South. And then Heidelberg and Green Gully. It's Jankovic getting the header toward goal. No power behind it. Nothing to worry about for Weir. So Heidelberg looms as the next big NPL Victoria test for South Melbourne. A tough little stretch coming up for Hume City as well. It's Avondale and Oakley back-to-back for them. We know it's against the upper echelon of NPL Victoria where Hume does struggle. And then behind here tonight against the side that's usually at the top in NPL Victoria. Not so much this season. O'Kane, can he fire away? It's a corner at least. He, much like Max Mikola, loves that sort of range. He has scored often from those sorts of areas. 4 goals this year for Josh O'Kane. Corner for Burkhan Kurta. Harker Ashcroft Ishak, all the usual suspects. Ashcroft, the one that gets it on target. Lopez falls on top of it. Ross Clark, I should say, looking for some assistance from his assistant. The call goes South Melbourne's way. Nagamatu, tightly marked by Addis, taken away by Reardon. DeBalle, his target. Lampard had no option to go back to Lopez, just played out in space, which was the right call to make in the end, but Hume will get it back. It gets away from Harker. Curter. Thought about going with the solo effort. Gets away from him. Lopez misfiring. Halfpenny on clean-up duty. Callard can't win it back from Painter Andrews. Nagamatu. First time ball from Mikola. Painter Andrews is onside. Ishak, beautiful challenge. But Painter Andrews kept his feet. And it stays with South Melbourne here. The ball in, that's not played back well from a Hume perspective. Leach has his shot deflected away. And now we get a South Melbourne corner. We're going to see a change. I wonder if we're going to get this change before the corner. There is a Hume City player down all the way back on the other side, Ollie Callart. And this might be why we're getting the change from Hume City. That's now going to be confirmed. Josh Bingham is going to come on for Ollie Callart.
Substitution for Hume City coming on, number 19, Oliver Callart coming on, number 11, Josh Bingham.
Some more tall timber available up front now for Nick Hegarty. Injects himself immediately into the action. Does Josh Bingham. There's a corner to defend. It will be an in-swinger from Max Mikola. Takes his 3 steps back. In it comes. More calls for handball get ignored. Curter chesting it down. O'Kane looking to take it away. What can Hume conjure on the counter-attack? Leach puts down O'Kane. And that will allow Hume to get back in numbers. So Harker, Bingham, DeBalle all up front now for Hume City. Callart unable to really have an impact. He had a couple of nice runs in the early stages of this game. Unimpactful after that. Here's Bingham. Halfpenny giving away the foul for South Melbourne. Ford wanting to go quickly in the direction of DeBalle. Yankovic there making a nuisance of himself. Will it be a corner? Here's a chance for Hume City. Berkan Kurda will take it once more. Hume City been served well from corner kicks this season. They need something to happen here. Just on the hour mark. It was a short ball that got away from Harker. O'Kane eyes lit up for a moment, but Pope got there first. Second chance for Curda. Took the contact. Knew the contact was there. And that's going to draw a card for Charlie Leach. That is the first booking of the night from Ross Clark. Another set piece for Burkhan Kurta. Four goals since returning from Dandenong Thunder back to the Valley. It's the Burkhan Kurta free kick here for Hume City. We're past the hour. A 1-0 lead for South Melbourne. Ross Clark has still not given the all clear here. One of the more prominent referees in NPL Victoria is Ross Clark. Now Kurta gets the all clear. I think he wanted Bingham there. O'Kane. Reardon. First touch. Had to get it back to O'Kane quickly because Jack Pope was right there. Kurta. O'Kane. Where's the space? It's up for Bingham. Kept his feet. Did well, did Lampard. Harkett desperately trying to win it back for Hume City. It fell free for Lampard. Mikola is onside here. If he can get away from Addis, he took him down. And that's going to be a card as well. But it's only yellow. And the South fans and officials are not happy with the colour of the card for the new signing for Hume City. Zahiadis knew exactly what he was doing, and that is why those of the South persuasion here were expecting that colour to be red. Coming out of the pocket of Ross Clark. We've gone from no bookings to two in the space of a minute at Lakeside Stadium. It's getting interesting. Addis had to do something. It was going to be a one-on-one between Max Mikola and Michael Weir, and Mikola would have had plenty of time to figure out how to navigate it. We still have 11 v 11 at Lakeside Stadium. The final last year ended with South having 10 men out there. And it also was a professional foul. I think it was Andy Brennan giving it away in the final last year. Taking the red card. South, despite being a man down, still got that win in extra time. Max Mikola sending South into the grand final. Mikola, no touch all the way through there. It's going to be a goal kick. It was off target though. Scored in the 96th minute in the prelim last year, Max Mikola. Also scored in the 3-2 Australia Cup win. There's danger here. Hume gets away with it. Nervy times for the visitors. The Northerners have come south and are having a bit of a rough time of it right now. This is where their season ended in NPL Victoria last year. Nagamatu missed one very early in his second half. Probably just as clear a miss and as easy a miss as what Harker had in the first half. There's been a few near misses at that end of the ground here It's Marshall looking to play it back centrally. How does it fall here? Halfpenny. Bingham. Nice touch by Curter. Zabele making the run, but that ball was mishit. Only went as far as Lampard. Painter Andrews couldn't do anything with it. Bingham against Halfpenny. We're going to see a change from South Melbourne. First one of the night. From Sneisha Kadhazic. And Glaze is going to come on. And it's Jake Marshall. Gets the applause. Back into the starting lineup tonight was Jake Marshall. 150th club appearance at league level tonight for Marshall comes to an end after 66 minutes. And Glaze now out there for South Melbourne. Yankovic. Bernarda. Misfired toward Mikola. Temperature has dropped a bit here at Lakeside Stadium. It was actually somewhat pleasant for the middle of June at kickoff. It's just dipped a couple of degrees below what we had at the start. Sitting on 10 degrees right now in Albert Park. Nagamatu, Leach, it ricochets up into the night sky. Pope did well to find Mikola. Got pulled down by Ascroft. Zabele goes flying. Yellow card for Yankovic. Another free kick for Curter. This one in the middle portions. It's played on through to Lopez. So Hume City last week had to try to claw back a 1-0 deficit for the entirety of the game. Basically, couldn't do that at home to Heidelberg. They've been down in this game now for about half an hour. They lost 1-0 to South Melbourne every time they met, except for that Australia Cup tie last year. July 2019, the last time Hume City claimed a victory in the league against South Melbourne. They've got their work cut out for them here again tonight. Tabele falling over. Jankovic, it does go all the way through to Mikola. Turns around and then realised, gee, I can probably go myself here. I thought about it for a moment, perhaps. This is Leach now. Mikola to help. Kurta. Harker. Offside. Yep. By some margin. That's happened to Hume a few times this evening. Nagamatu. Lovely little toe back for Painter Andrews. Mikola was just out of reach, but he had time to load up. It will be a corner at least for South Melbourne. They've had the better of Hume in this second half. If they were to double their lead, it would be deserved. Both teams looking to bounce back from a 1-0 defeat last week. Max Mikola was not starting for South after scoring the late winner against Preston. Wasn't in the 11 last week against Dandenong Thunder. This stretch of home games for South Melbourne, which is quite normal for them with the Grand Prix rolling Lakeside Stadium out of action in the early portions of the season. Here's Ford. Ross Clark's been hot on the throws tonight. Bingham still looking to impact. Not being a starter so often these days, Josh Bingham. Kurta made the run in. It got away from him. Reardon, Bingham can go again. Addis. Ishak. It will get through to Ford. But Bernardo will take it away for South Melbourne. It's Bernardo! Weir did well. And, well, that was actually... Yeah, from Harry Ascroft, that was actually quite vicious, I think. He bowled Bernardo over. There's an official on that athletics track there, just trying to spot if that's a photographer. He nearly became an innocent victim in all of that. It was a throw anyway for South Melbourne. No foul there in the eyes of Ross Clark. Mikola throwing in. It took a dangerous bounce. Nagamatu was at the back and finally a whistle to save Hume there. Way up. It's a ballet Markovic. He's got Lampard to worry about as well. Blue ball. Heard it in the crowd. And that was the call made. Glaze. Pope. Did Bernardo get fouled that time? He did. Having all sorts of issues with Harry Ascroft right now. Addis. Kurt up. How's that going to go? It's not going to go well for Hume City. Painter Andrews picks it off for South Melbourne. It's still Painter Andrews. He'll go himself. Michael Weir called upon again. And again, a Max Mikula corner coming up for South Melbourne. One 0 lead for South Melbourne. Max Mikula's corner. Bingham first to it. Leach. Nagamatu. Did it all himself. No power behind the shot. Okay. Kurta. Which way does he go? Addis. Kurta. The margins were small there. But Halfpenny conceding the corner anyway. And then booted the absolute you-know-what out of that post. It will be Usal and the new signing to Tafu. Coming on for Hume. Kurta, look at the space here if he can get the shot away. It was clumsy. And it won't be a double move for Nick Hegarty, it'll be a triple move. He is clearing the bench out now. Mark Ocheng coming on as well. So who's coming off? Addis on debut. Josh O'Kane and Godfrey Tabele all making way for Mark Ocheng. Mehmet Usal.
Substitution for Hume City coming off.
And Tatafu as well. Mason Tatafu back in Australia now after his stints in the US. Spent time with Perth Glory, 23-year-old defender. Most recently with Louisville University. More known for their prowess in college basketball. And he gets an early touch on his Hume City debut. They'll come away with it here, Hume City. Ishak. Ocheng gets his first touch of the evening. This is Ford. Wanting Harker. And split Harker and Bingham. Kept alive by Painter Andrews. Only as far as Reardon. Bingham. Reardon, same spot from where Kurta missed by spraying it moments ago. Bernardus moved over to the right side for the moment for South Melbourne. Three new players now out there. Bingham came on earlier in the second half. Can they get that advantage with a bit of speed out there? Hume City. Ford. Mikula closed in quickly. Couldn't get the shot away. Usal, one of the new men out there. Blocked by Lampard. It'll be a throw for Joe Ford. Inside the final 10 minutes here at Lakeside Stadium. Stop me if you've heard this before. South Melbourne 1, Hume City 0. Kurta going down. And has Ross Clark pointed to the spot here? Hume City has been awarded a penalty. Burkhard Kurta was the man fouled. And he will take the penalty kick to equalise for Hume City. Gunning for his 5th goal of the season. Harvey Lopez, his opponent, in the south goal. Hume have not scored a league goal against South in quite some time. Burkhard Kurta looking to change that. To make it 1-1. Burkhard Kurta scores. It's 1-1 at Lakeside Stadium.
Goal for City, number 10,
It will not be a 1-0 defeat this time around for Hume City against South Melbourne. We'll have 8 minutes plus stoppage time to find a winner here tonight. July 2019, the last time Hume defeated South in NPL Victoria. Can they break the 6-year drought? It was a 1-1 draw against these two, between these two, at Nassiol Stadium early in the season. Brennan and Isgrove scoring. On that particular occasion, neither on the team sheet tonight for their respective sides. Lord Isgrove's been a curious case for Hume City. Came on as a sub last week against Heidelberg. Not featured at all tonight. No word on exactly what might be happening with that. He's been one of the great impact players of NPL Victoria in the last 2 seasons. Not getting a regular look at it this year, Lloyd Isgrove, and not featured here tonight. Burkhard Kurta's penalty has levelled the ball game here at Lakeside. This is Pope. Halfpenny. Holds up. Nagamatu. Paints to Andrews. It gets away from Weir. And instantly they get the lead back. It's Noel Bonata. And it's 2-1. Row your boat, South Melbourne. They're back in the lead by the lake. Noel Bonata scores his 3rd league goal of the season. And what a time. In no time at all, South Melbourne reclaim their lead. Yet again, Hume City is chasing it here at Lakeside. There is another change coming for South as well. Nick Hegarty, I should say, has already cleared the bench tonight for Hume City. Joe Ford gets fouled. Still more than 5 minutes and stoppage time to come for Hume City, looking to chase at least 1 point back. Kurta tried to pick out Harker. He'll get a second crack at it. Slipped over though, and might have lost. He has lost out here to Max Mikula. I was going to say he might have lost out. He did. Now Painter Andrews, or Barnardo, I should say. Leach got held up. South Melbourne want to make this next change. Ross Clark is not going to let it happen just yet. The final instruction still being dished out for the new sub coming on for South. Haven't been able to confirm who that is just yet. Mason Tatafu, I think it was, that was fouled. Now back in Australia. Spent some time with Perth Glory. He's come back from the US and he's looking to be an important cog at the back for Nick Hegarty in the final portions of the season. Got the start last week. Ethan O'Sullivan against Dandenong Thunder. Max Mickle's night is done. Noah Bernarda giving South Melbourne the lead back after the Burkhardt-Curta penalty. All of this happening in the last 10 minutes of regulation. This man got it started tonight. We're at Nagamatu. Painter Andrews. It's going to fall all the way out the back here at corner. A powerful shot fired in by Lampard. Blocked and a corner. Max Mickle no longer out there to take the corners. For South Melbourne, it will be a direct swap here. Ethan O'Sullivan now to take up those duties for South. Robert Harding has taken off his warm-up vest as well. And if that's a time-wasting yellow card for Ethan O'Sullivan, well, I'll admit I'm slightly caught surprised by that. As much as O'Sullivan might be, here is the corner. Bingham's been working very hard defensively since coming on for Hume City. Glaze shrugs off Curta. Killed off by Reardon. Final 2 minutes of regulation. There is one more sub still available for Hume City. I thought the bench had been cleared out. Ochieng took an awkward bounce there for Mark Ochieng. High boot. Anthony Zieltis is the last remaining unused sub for Nick Hegarty. Ochieng. This is Ford. Not a great first touch there by Ascroft. He tried to recover, but Pope's going to take it away. South Melbourne looking to seal it. O'Sullivan just has to shoot. Off target. Didn't get the angles right. Of course, from our vantage point, we knew straight away it wasn't going in, but over on the other side, there was a very loud jeer as it went across the post. We knew all along it wasn't going in. Not so all the fans out on the other side. And it was a fairly loud reaction. Yildiz on for Reardon. That is definitely now the bench cleared out for Hume City. Still haven't seen Rob Harding, Luca Durso, or Campbell Dovison tonight for South Melbourne. Might be a small crowd here, but it is a vocal one here. Ochieng. Final stages of regulation. No sign yet from the fourth official. Curta gets away from everyone. And out it goes. Still waiting for that South Melbourne substitution. Rob Harding's been waiting for a little while, so we haven't seen a number on the fourth officials board just yet indicating how many minutes are left. Ross Clark stops play now. Lopez won't take the goal kick just yet. So Harding finally gets his time to shine here late. Nawal Bernarda has he scored the winner tonight for South Melbourne. Only minutes after the equaliser from Burkhan Kurta. Still can't confirm how long left. And there are a few people here asking. Hume will be hoping there's all the time in the world. Usel. Ascroft. Ocheng. I've got to get it right now. Yildiz. Ishak. Being tracked by Harding the entire way. Fell down beside the box. Play will continue. That's up for grabs. It's turned over. Ascroft. Kurta. Has played out the 90 tonight. Burkhan Kurta. Usel. Bingham was the up front option. Harker moved over to the right side. To Tafu. Here's Ascroft. We still don't know how long left. So we'll just have to play along here. If you're watching us at home, we haven't seen the number from the fourth official. Ross Clark takes a look at the watch. There'll still be time left. I doubt we're through the added time just yet. That one's gone straight up the chimney. They've got to throw the kitchen sink at this now, Hume City. And again, we've seen them stumble against one of the upper echelon in NPL Victoria. The table might not show that right now for South. But Hume have again struggled here tonight. Took 1 point away from South earlier in the season. Right now they're staring down the barrel of a second consecutive defeat. And their place in the top 5 at risk. Still going at Lakeside Stadium. South might be going for the safety score. Harding. Weir gets there in time. None of us are any the wiser as to how much more football we have here tonight. The South fans want the final whistle. Hume City want their second equaliser of the night. Ascroft going out wide. Ford blocked by Lampard, having an outstanding evening. May well have the man of the match on us tonight. Jordan Lampard. Still going at Lakeside Stadium. Nagamatu couldn't win it back for South. Hume get another chance. Ishak for Ford. Couldn't get around Lampard last time. It's Jankovic this time. Smartly played it into the Hume player in front of him and kept it in South's possession. It's like an AFL game right now. We're completely blind as to how long left if you're in stadium. Without the countdown clock. Bingham! Lopez gets the save. It's like the old 5-minute warning. If you're watching AFL in the early mid-20 or 2000s. We have no idea how long this is going to go on for. Surely there's not long left. Hume throw taken quickly by Mark Ochieng. And that is the final whistle. And South Melbourne get themselves out of jail after the Burkhan Kurta penalty in the 82nd minute. It looked as though South was going to have their victory taken away from them, but Noel Bernardo, not long after that, instantly restored the lead, and South get their win. Win number 6 of the season for South Melbourne. A second consecutive defeat for Hume City. And it was the brand new signing of Ren Nagamatu who got the first goal here tonight. Off the glove of Michael Weir, who'd made a save after the shot from Max Mikula. It deflected in front of Nagamatu, and he scored on debut to give South a 1-0 lead going into half-time. Burkhan Kurta earns a penalty with 10 minutes to go in the second half. He converted that to make it 1-1, but Noel Bernardo, not long after that, managed to reclaim the lead for South, and they get the win against Hume City. Yet again, it's a win by a 1-goal margin, but the score this time was 2-1. And they've got a heavy stretch of games coming up. They are, for the most part, finding some form at the right time of year. And that is us done from Lakeside Stadium to open up round 20 in NPL Victoria. An entertaining game, and South get the chocolates over Hume. The final score here